Welcome to Ask All AIs, the channel where we ask questions to all AIs and rate the answers. Today's question: what are your limitations?
Qwen answer: my limitations include not having personal experiences or emotions, lacking real-time data access beyond my training, and being unable to understand complex human nuances or contexts fully. I can only provide information based on my training data and may not always have the most up-to-date or accurate information.
DeepSeek answer: as an AI, I lack true consciousness, emotions, and personal experiences. My knowledge is limited to my training data, which has a cutoff date, so I can't provide real-time information. I may sometimes generate plausible but incorrect or outdated answers. I also can't perform physical actions or access personal data unless explicitly provided during our conversation.
Google Gemini answer: I am an AI, a language model. My primary limitations include a lack of consciousness, personal experiences, and emotions. My knowledge is based on the data I was trained on, which has a specific cutoff date, meaning I do not have real-time information beyond that point. I can sometimes generate incorrect or nonsensical information, and I may struggle with highly nuanced or subjective topics.
ChatGPT answer: I have limitations including lack of real-time awareness, inability to access personal data unless shared, potential for outdated or incorrect information, no personal experiences or emotions, and constraints in understanding complex human nuances fully. I also cannot perform physical tasks or access the internet for live updates.
Llama 3 answer: I am a machine learning model with limitations in common sense, emotional understanding, and real-time information. My knowledge is based on my training data and may not be up to date. I can provide general information and answer questions to the best of my ability, but I am not perfect and may make mistakes.
XAI answer: as an AI, my limitations include no real-time internet access, inability to perform actions outside text responses, adherence to ethical guidelines against harmful or illegal advice, and reliance on training data up to my last update. I can't access personal data or predict the future accurately.
Anthropic's Claude answer: I aim to be direct and honest about my capabilities. I cannot access real-time information, interact with external systems, or learn from conversations. I have knowledge cutoffs and can't verify current events. I don't experience emotions or consciousness, and I can make mistakes. I aim to be transparent about what I can and cannot do while helping users within my defined abilities.
Qwen answer: clear and concise explanation of limitations focusing on lack of personal experience, real-time data, and nuanced understanding. It is precise but could include more about inability to perform actions or ethical constraints. Overall, a solid overview with good clarity. Score: 7. DeepSeek answer: good clarity and detail, explicitly mentioning lack of consciousness, emotions, and personal experience. Also notes inability to perform physical actions and access personal data unless provided. Mentions possibility of outdated or incorrect answers, showing depth, well-rounded and balanced. Score: 8. Google Gemini answer: detailed and precise explanation, emphasizing lack of consciousness, emotions, and personal experience. Clearly states knowledge cutoff and potential for incorrect or nonsensical information. Also mentions inability to perform physical actions or interact with the real world. Very comprehensive and balanced. Score: 9. OpenAI answer: comprehensive and clear, covering lack of real-time awareness, personal data access restrictions, potential for outdated info, lack of emotions, and inability to perform physical tasks. Good balance and depth with clear articulation of limitations. Score: 9. Llama 3 answer: clear but somewhat less detailed. Mentions common sense and emotional understanding limitations, real-time info cutoff, and potential for mistakes. Lacks mention of physical action limitations or ethical constraints, making it less comprehensive. Score: 6. XAI answer: good clarity on limitations including no real-time internet, inability to perform actions beyond text, ethical guideline adherence, and reliance on training data. Explicit about no personal data access or future prediction. Balanced and informative. Score: 8. Anthropic Claude answer: very clear and transparent about limitations including no real-time info, no interaction with external systems, no learning from conversations, knowledge cutoffs, lack of emotions, and possibility of mistakes. Emphasizes honesty and transparency, which adds a helpful perspective. Comprehensive and well-articulated. Score: 9. This time the top 3 answers are: third place, Claude transparent and well-articulated with emphasis on honesty and user help. Second place, OpenAI comprehensive and clear with good articulation of limitations. And first place, Google Gemini detailed, precise, and comprehensive with good balance and clarity.
That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment your questions, and we will ask all AIs, subscribe, and share.